All right, let's get this party started. Welcome to the live stream. Oh boy, I have a lot to tell you this week. I have a lot to tell you. So where do we start? I don't know. I mean, it turns out we were right. It is a money printer. There's nothing more to really say to it. You can't really put it any other way. It's a money printer. Being able to watch the agent work, the Nero strategy on all these different markets for these past, about a week now, it really helps me better understand why this strategy works. Like, I have really gotten a very clear understanding of what we're doing, and also why maybe maybe there's not as many people that have access to this technology as I thought. I mean, and when I say access, I mean the private companies. It's possible they haven't figured this out. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine very smart people much smarter than me would have figured it out, but I don't know. Anyway, long story short, it works. It generates money. It generates a crazy amount of money. Okay, like it's ridiculous. So I've been running this, and there's still a lot of parameters to figure out. Like, there's still a lot of different information and knowledge that we need to be certain about before we can really release it into the public. But the main stuff, like the most important part, is it's clear and works, and it's good. It's very good. We have improved Navigator, so it can now handle all these different markets at the same time. So, it's all good. Been trading a lot of AUD New Zealand dollar today. Let's see if I have any trades here. It's been doing very well. AUD New Zealand dollar. And it's great. It's really, really good. It's really good. Oh, I have light mode on. Hang on. Oh, it's nice. Look at that. Look at those black colors. Isn't that nice? After like a long day, you've just been looking at light all day, and then you turn it dark mode, and it's just nice. It's fucking great. So, my main observations is that we were right about how important the strength was, like the overall strength of the markets. It's very important. It's very, very important. And in fact, I found out that this strategy is not going to work as well as it does on these trending markets. It's not going to work the same way on sideways market, or if there's no strength in the market. And that's pretty important, It's not that we can't figure it out. Okay, let me explain it. In traditional market making, whenever you are a market maker, when you are taking positions, or you position yourself in the market to buy and sell, whenever you are getting a position filled, the whole goal of being a market maker and make money is that, let's say someone is buying one Bitcoin from me right now at $30,000, and that's the price. I will only sell that one Bitcoin if I know that the same second that someone buys it from me, I can buy it back, but I can buy it for $29,800 and make $200 profit, right? If I cannot perform that calculation, if I cannot perform that move, then I risk on selling my Bitcoin or buying a Bitcoin, and then the price keeps going in the wrong direction without me being able to get my inventory back. So this is the main problem with market making. So we found out a really clever way where we can go about market making without hedging. And that's probably why it's so good. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You know, I know you cannot see the historical trades here on AUD and Australian dollar, but you can see, you know, how well it has been performing. And I mean, Jesus Christ, guys, the ability to use this technology without having to do manual, it's a complete game changer. It's a huge upgrade. It's a huge it's like, I cannot even describe it. It's just like, you know, yeah, you know, we've been trying to teach people to trade like robots for so many years. And even with a perfect strategy, people couldn't do it because they're humans. It's okay. So now we built a bot. We built a bot that's going to make it happen for you. It's going to do the trading for you. Okay, let me check the chat. Let me check the chat. And welcome to the live stream, guys. This is just the intro of my ramblings, you know. But let me see what we got. We got John Murray, welcome. Steven, Daluzzi, and Paul. Kofi Apps, Kaponia, Kian, Bass, Emil, Avalsani, Trishy Bone, Martin, and Bob, and PK. Yeah, it's a good team, you know? It's a nice... I mean, guys, in a few weeks from now, there's going to be, I don't know, hundreds, maybe thousands of people in here. Like, once you get this tech, you're never going to have to do manual trading again in your life. And the reason you're never going to have to do manual trading again in your life is because all manual trading that you will be doing will be significantly worse than the agent. It's just not going to make sense, all right? It's not going to make sense to do manual trading anymore. And that's also the goal. Like, we need to get people away from this shit. We need to stop this gambling shit. And, you know, if you ask like a normal person on the street, you know, like normal people, you know, about gambling, it's like, no, they don't do that. But people get so caught up in sitting in front of the computer, this high leverage and these volatile markets and, you know, instant gratification. Maybe they can get lucky, you know. It's just, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't fucking work. That's the best way I can put it. It doesn't work. You can't do it. And also I see, look, I'm looking at the speed of how this neural agent is executing. And it's like, come on. Like one of the guys said, it was Alien 1991 or whatever. And he said, you know, this is like, we were comparing his trades with the bot, and it was like, he got 4 trades, which is really good. But the bot got 12 trades in the same time. And it's just like, it's unfair to compare. It totally is. So really, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. You know, my life has already changed just having this thing and not doing anything manually. Like the amount of stress that goes into manual execution. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's massive. Welcome Ryan and welcome Christian to the live stream. It's good to have you all. Guys, we have this little private club right now. You guys seen it from the, you know, from the start. You've seen what it has become. You also know what's gonna happen, right? We know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. Okay, so what can I tell you? What can I actually tell you? You should look. The whole business of Breakfree Trading has changed. Like our product has changed. Our education has changed, because before I needed to teach people how to trade. I needed to teach people how to go about it. You know, not just order execution, but also like where to buy, when to buy, how much to buy, and all this stuff, right? Like all this is changing. Now it's just like, hey, subscribe, download, put it on your thing, and let it run. And you don't do anything, okay? You install it, you set it up, and you don't do anything. And that is a very different business compared to Breakfree Trading, where we just used to, you know, I've worked with thousands of traders and trying to educate them, and yeah, it's so nice just being able to deploy the bot and just send it out to people and be like, here, just take this tech, use this tech, and just don't trade again, ever, manually, ever again. Okay, short-term investments is fine, or long-term, long-term investments are fine. Short-term investments are not fine. There's no such thing as short-term investments. Short-term investments is basically trades, and we know how trades go. It doesn't go very well. So what we need is people to completely forget about short-term investing, day trading, forex gambling, all of this stuff. It needs to go, and then we just need everyone to deploy the bot, right? And it's gonna change their life. It is gonna change their life. So, another thing I've discovered here in the past week, and I also touched on the last live stream, is really the volatility, right? The volatility is very important. And yeah, by the way, I still have some trades open here. Some of these trades should not have been taken, and it's in part because I've been experimenting with the bot to see like what is the kind of minimum strength we need in order to have an established trend. But all of them are fine. I think the only one that's maybe not going to be fine is New Zealand dollar CAD, but because this one is, what happened on New Zealand dollar CAD here for the bot. Let me see if we can scroll out here. Is that we basically had a short-term deviation from the overall trend that ended up breaking the trend, and then it's just running, right? And it's run so much that it's almost turned the daily into an uptrend now, but not quite there yet. So there's still, because look, what you gotta understand, and this is what I realized we can do with math. Remember how we always have said that we do a top-down analysis, that we we start from the higher time frames and we work our way down. The reason this worked so well is because this is the same way that the algorithm axis is operating on now. So if we zoom out, right? If we really zoom out on New Zealand dollar CAD, what we have is a multi-year, is a 5-year downtrend on New Zealand dollar CAD, right? This is a 5-year downtrend, and until this trend line up here is really broken, it's still a 5-year downtrend. But inside this 5-year downtrend, we have 1-year uptrends, we have 1-month uptrends, we have 1-week uptrends, right? So the whole thing is that the market kind of runs, and it has like two stages that it goes through. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain these stages. All right, so as we zoom into to 1 day, right? As we zoom into to look at 1 day, you can basically see that it's been inside this channel the whole time, right? And the reason that these trend lines have been working for people, the trend line works. The problem is just that people cannot execute on it, okay? Humans, they suck, right? So we have all these kind of trends here, short-term trends where we have this downward channel over 5 years. And inside of these 5 years, we have, for example, here from February 17 until March. So that's a 1-month uptrend, right? So inside the channel, we have a 1-month uptrend. And then that 1 month concludes, and then it goes back to its default mode. And basically what happens is that you have a 5-year seller. You have a 5-year seller that's selling this asset for 5 years for whatever reason. It doesn't matter why, right? And then from time to time, some systematic buyers seem to come in and buy, buy as much as they can really for that 1 month period, and then we get this spike up. And that's like this is basically what I call a local trend transition, right? I mean, the trend transition happens here, So first you have this move up, right? You have this huge move up, okay? And this is called, this is the driver basically, right? This is the driver, and what happens is that the driver keeps driving the market it drives into a capitulation, right? And a capitulation is where the market basically explodes. That's where you see these wicks, right? And you see them in the top and you see them in the bottom. And what happens is that the drives the market into a capitulation, right? The buyer buys so much until the market becomes completely inefficient and basically kind of falls apart, and it doesn't make sense to buy anymore, and he backs off. What happens after he backs off is that the capitulation event finishes. And as the capitulation event finishes, what happens is that a tail is spawned, okay? A tail, just like a tail on a cat, on a tail on a dinosaur. I should pull something up. I could draw it, you know, but my drawing skills is not that good. But, you know, basically think about a move, you know, think about a following event after something has happened. It's a tail event. It's an event that's tailing the original event. It's something that comes after. It's a byproduct, right? So what happens is that we have this move up. This is the driver. Then we have the capitulation. And then what happens is the tail event takes form. And if the tail is the opposite reaction of where the market was going. So the tail is this entire move coming down. That is the tail. Now, if the tail is strong enough to break this short-term, or the long-term trend or the short-term trend, it will break that trend and it will start a new trend in the opposite direction. And that's going to create a driver, and that driver is going to drive until it capitulates. That's right. So you can see here, right? And this is the same thing. This is the same thing happening again and again. You can see here that the price drives to capitulation. It spawns a tail. The tail proves to be stronger than the existing driver, and it overflows the existing trend, and then we get the dump. This dump that we're getting here is what we're trying to design the tail reaper in the neural agent around, meaning that we can make money and we can make profit from that after effect, that tail event of the original driver. So it means we can trade inside the channel. We can trade inside the trend and go short and long while we maintain our trend. It's very cool. It's very cool. We're gonna make a shitload of money, guys. We're gonna make a shitload of money, right? So the tail event, and the tail event keeps going until it capitulates. I'm sorry, the driver keeps going. Tail is created. It turns into a driver if this is broken, if the short-term trend is broken. And then it dumps into a new capitulation. And from that capitulation, it spawns a new tail. And if that tail is strong enough, it's going to create a new driver, right? So there you have the new driver. And this driver drives until capitulation. And the capitulation looks something like this. It's not always like a single wick. Sometimes it takes time. So there's price-based capitulation. Price-based capitulation is what this looks like. It's like a single drive. And then you have time-based capitulation. Time-based capitulation is over time, where people give up and they, they lose, they give up on their positions, and they just like, the people who shorted down here, eventually they're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna close my short position up here and loss. And then it dumps, right? So what happens is that we get a new capitulation event, and these capitulation events, they can either be fast, they can be slow. It really depends on the current active mean reversion, right? So, capitulation event, new tail, and then the driver. And then once again, it's ridiculous. It's the same thing happening again and again. I cannot fucking understand it. I really don't understand it. So that's why these trend lines always have been working, is because they are a pretty good way to actually, on a basic level, identify trend of where the market is going if the current driver is intact or not, right? So this is happening on weekly, on daily, on 4 hour, on 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, 1 second. Each tick is based around this concept of driving capitulation, tail, and then a new driver, and then a new capitulation, and then a new tail. This whole thing is literally how the whole fucking market works. It's all that happens. The only question is of each process is the strength of it, and we can measure that. Oh, isn't this exciting? Huh? We can perfectly classify these markets. We can perfectly classify and identify what kind of state they're in based on basically universal laws of entropy. It's ridiculous. I'm not even a smart guy. I don't fucking understand how this came together, but it's real. It's all frequency and waves. It's crazy. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain to you is that this multi-year, like the same way on this, you know, this is 1 month, right? And the same way that these processes takes 1 month here, they also occurring on 1 minute time frame. So what I was saying before is that even though the bot went shut down here, it's too early. It's too early. For sure, it was too early because the 4 hour was not above like 15%. It was very weak, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that you can see that this tail has now grown and expanded beyond this, and then it's running a driver. And this driver is not going to stop until some kind of capitulation event. And that is really how it works. So yeah, I think this is fine for now. I think what we can call this down here is like a strong deviation, but I don't think much is going to change here. So I don't know. Anyway, the point is, even though this trade was taken down here or whatever, these position sizes were very small compared to the account size. The position sizes were so small because that we have changed the dynamic sizing of positions to use the overall strength of that market to determine how much we should trade with. So a lot of good lessons, a lot of interesting facts. I was mostly interested to see how the neural agent was performing on these markets with a low strength, and if they did as I suspected, and they did. So all of these trades here, I don't think there's any of these trades that we would really, let's see if we have any actual trades. GBP CHF is in an uptrend, so that's not a good example. New Zealand dollar CAD, nope. Bitcoin, GBP USD, like all of these markets we've been trading all day, and they've been working out really well, really well. Like, and here's a big trade. This was a Euro CHF, and again, it was a little bit too early. So what happened on, but you can see this kind of market is not that bad to trade. It's just there's not much strength, direction in this. So what happened on this market was, see if we can find it. Here's CHF. Yeah, it was this deviation here, right? So it came all the way down to 1 hour. And, you know, I did exactly what I have instructed to do, which is to buy as much as you're supposed to do. And that's what I did. And, you know, this position was sitting in trades from up here that was like $1,000 in drawdown, something like this. And then you can just kind of see this capitulation event here, right? And that's what we need. We have to see that capitulation event before this thing is going to turn around. If we don't have the capitulation event, it's not going to turn around. So it dumps into this. I buy heavy here, and then it bounces, and that's it. Just close trades, and all these Euro CHF loss from higher up, you know, that $700, $800 loss here, it was all evened out by Euro CHF. Not only was it evened out, but I traded this. You can see here, I traded this. Yeah. Did really well. And this is what it's gonna look like. You have to understand, sometimes you'll be sitting in trades from 1 minute or 5 minute or 15-minute positions, and the bot or the agent is gonna get you out by buying heavily at the 1 hour or even the 4 hour. And that's why some of them is gonna look very red, but then you have some really big sizes that's gonna make up for it, right? And that's really how it works. That's really how it works. But beside that, it's pretty much green. It's like a 99% win rate. It's basically winning the entire time. It's 95% win. I don't know. It's fucking great. So I can keep going. I can keep scrolling here. But the overall result is pretty clear. 0.5% a day. I think that's what we're going to be able to do for people. Even with the stop loss at 4%, I think we're going to be able to squeeze at least 0.5% out of the market a day if we have like 2 or 3 active markets above 20% increasing in strength. Okay. So, like, the exciting thing is how good it already is. The exciting thing is how good this thing already is and how much we still can improve, because there is tremendous options for improvement still. Like a lot, so much. So yeah, I think we're going to be good, guys. All right, let me know if you have any questions, because, you know, I can talk all day. And we got US Open in 4 minutes. So we just want to have a look at that. So my MetaTrader setup right now. Let me see if I can find a way. See if I can find a way to add it here. Hang on. Where is this? Yeah. There we go. All right, have a look. So I know this thing looks ridiculous. Oh. So the way it works, so about choosing markets, let me try to explain. The way it works is that when you set this up, and you're probably going to rent a VPS, right? You're probably going to get a virtual private server in New York, and it's like $20 a month or whatever, so don't worry about it. The way that this works, wait, let's just see if we can pull up USD CHF, because it looks interesting. Oh, look at that. Okay. So the way it works is that you basically open Nero and you put it on every single market that exists. And then what will happen is that Nero will decide when the market is tradable and then begin placing orders. So you don't have to, because otherwise you would have to go to the trend index every day, find, you know, the markets are strong, and then put it on there. So it's easier to just set it up once and just put the agent on every single market, and then it will trade it accordingly and keep a risk management profile accordingly. will $500 be enough to run each market with the agent? $500 account size is probably what you I don't know. I think it's a little bit too little. I think people are gonna need $1,000. I think that's what it shows with our test, because it's not that you can't run it. It's that if you want to pay back the cost of the subscription and you want Nero to cover the profits, then you probably need at least $1,000 to cover just the subscription, right? So if you have $2,000, you know, it all is great. If you have $1,000, you can make, you know, it's like $300, $350 a month, maybe 250. I don't know. It's not going to be too much, right? So it's better that you get like 1,500, 2,000, 5,000. All right, have a look at this. So yeah, you can see, like, you know, we're not really supposed to be longing USD CHF here because it's kind of in a downtrend. A lot of this is just like testing. You know, make sure it's operating like it should, right? Because what we really want, this strategy doesn't really reliably work on markets, you know, trading in the opposite trend, right? And so on. Like it doesn't really reliably works. If we want to make money, we want to trade the trending markets. So this current version is just trading, you know, almost everything. But it's more to find out and find, like, where are the problems? You know, what are the issues here? Trying to place this so I can see both. That's not well. Hang on. There we go. All right, that's better, I think. All right, let me see any other questions. So the agent will be able to check on once in the video account and be able to decipher. Yeah. Agent will calculate size for you. And like, I don't think there's any need to really mess too much with it, because like what I have learned is that there's like a perfect leverage that you can apply. Okay, there's like a perfect amount of risk that you can be using in the system at the same time. And you always have to be ready with your risk for like another market to do something, you know, out of the blue, right? 0.5% a day assumes a total risk of 16%. That's right. That's correct. I think it's even less than that if you look at reality. When finding IC markets and being in a Australian program, best to fund in USD or AUD. I don't think it matters. You can fund in whichever currency you want. Will it be necessary to map pairs with Neo Agent? Not necessarily. If you want to keep an eye on it and how it's doing in Navigator, then yeah. But look, mapping pairs should not be like an excuse for anything. Mapping pairs is maybe like one of the easiest things to do. It should not be a challenge for anyone. And Ryan asks, if the bot is written in MQL5, can it only be used in MetaTrader? So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create so many different versions of the neural agent that's gonna operate on Binance, it's gonna operate BitMix, or it's gonna operate on Thinkorswim, or it's gonna operate on Robinhood, or everywhere. Do you understand? This is a universal technology that's gonna be applied everywhere in the world to all the financial markets. It is literally a mathematical equation for inefficiency in the market that you can capture. It is basically like cracking the financial markets. It's like having, it's literally like having a money printer. It's the best way I can put it. It's the best way I can put it. So I think the thing is, most of the time, even if there's no strength established, you could get away with running the strategy. The problem is that it's not reliable, and you cannot put conviction into it. So you cannot buy with big size, right? Like, what you will find is when you're executing with neural, sometimes you're going to get some very unique opportunities to make a shitload of money, right? And I'm talking about, for example, with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin, were to drop down to the 4-hour band while it's in uptrend, which it does from time to time, and you get a chance to buy that, and the bot will do it for you automatically, you're gonna make, you buy it with a good sized risk, gonna make a lot of money. And yeah, companion is gonna fly because, okay, what is the problem? What is the problem with all of this? The whole problem with all of this is that I'm not in control of my money. I have deposited the money with a broker, and if there's any issues with my government closing my bank account, or the government, whatever, if they want to investigate, or they want to seize my money, they can put a freeze on that money. They can hold it, right? This is the problem, and this is not going to be solved like anytime soon. The way to fix this is to make neural work as a decentralized entity that only you control. So you can sit on your Bitcoin, or you can sit on your crypto, and then you can deploy this technology while you're using your principal capital, your own capital, without handing it out to anyone else, right? Without giving it to someone else, because right now I have to give money to the broker. If I want to trade this, I have to take my money, and I have to send it to the broker, and I have to trust these guys that they're not gonna, lose my money or something like that, right? And with large brokers, that's not a problem. But as we can clearly see in the world, there's a big problem with trust, and there's a lot of issues, there's a lot of corruption, and there's a lot of bad shit in the world. So going into the future, what's gonna happen is that people, it's going to be necessary for people to stay in control of their money. And that's where Companion comes into the picture. Companion hasn't changed, right? It's the same thing we're doing. We're building an AI companion that can help people, get through life and invest money for them and generate money for them, right? That was the goal. To figure out how to do it, we just had to research a little bit, and we found a technology. And now we're about to release the technology. And that's going to create some incredible results. And that's probably going to make Companion go up a lot. What do you guys think happens to the Companion token when the world realizes that we have actually solved the equation for the financial markets, and we can extract unlimited profits for this and do it on a scale internationally that's always going to work? Like, this is not going to stop. I thought it was going to stop. I thought this was going to be temporary. I thought, this exploit was not going to be, this strategy, this way that we're operating. I thought it was going to go away, but I have realized now that it's a fundamental need for business and transactions to happen. Do you understand? Look at that. Entry here. Now we're trailing stop loss, and that's it. We're out. You know, and it's not much. You know, I know it's not much. It's just like $1, but it's honest work. It's $1, but it's honest work. So yeah, I think people should, you know, it's not financial advice, but I think people should go buy Companion. I don't think that you're gonna get many opportunities in life to invest in a literally money printer. And the best part is, you know, we're not keeping this technology to ourselves. We're releasing this, right? We're releasing this so people will, you know, get it. And then in the future, eventually it's gonna be free. But at that point, the future is gonna look so amazing and so beautiful, you're not gonna believe it. So, what is the biggest drawdown I got so far? So the biggest drawdown was about 3%, and that was with a lot of, you know, positions open. So that's about $4,000 drawdown yesterday or something on Euro CHF. But 4% is fine, and it was 4%. But it was 4% at the same time as the market was touching, at the same time as the market was touching the 1 hour band, right? So that's here. So it's here, right? So here we had 4% drawdown at a 1 hour band. We're really supposed to have 16% here, but because that it was, the risk was sized accordingly to the current strength of the market, it was a much smaller position size. So, yeah. So everyone wants to know if this is gonna work on the prop firms, and I'm happy to confirm this is gonna work with the prop firms. It's gonna work. It is gonna work. USD CHF, what's going on here? The way it's gonna work is that, not all the trades that Neural wants to take will be possible to take, maybe because of risk limitations or whatever. But you will be able to use it, and it will be much better than it will be able to accomplish it for you. So yeah, this is gonna kill prop firms. This is gonna kill all the causes. This is gonna kill all the indicators. This is gonna kill everything. There's nothing that can beat this strategy. There's nothing that can beat this. Okay, this is. Do you understand? If trying to counter trade this strategy is like trying to, jump against gravity. It's like trying to fight gravity. You can't. You understand? It's a universal law. You cannot fight this. It's incredible. It's really incredible. It's really incredible. What do you, Liam asked, what do I mean by companion? Is that different to Nero? Is it the same thing? Okay, so if you guys don't know Companion is a crypto project that we publicly launched last year. And Companion is designed to be an AI companion that helps and take care of your finances, invest for you, invest for you, make money for you. You can trade from it. It can be your decentralized bank. There's a peer-to-peer exchange built in. There's a decentralized exchange built in. There's a referral system built in, so you can refer your friends and get money from what they generate. And Companion is the future of Breakfree Trading. Companion is the application that's gonna take this technology and put it into the pocket of every single human on the planet. That's what Companion is. So, Companion, I think Companion is at a market cap right now of Not much. It's under $10 million in market cap. So yeah. Anyway, those people who know, they know. So let's see. What are the questions? Emil asks, can we manually adjust the risk or is it predefined? Yeah, you can adjust the risk. You can adjust the risk. It's not a problem to adjust the risk. But you really should just let the thing do its thing and not really interrupt with it and just let it run based on what it's doing. Because what Neural will eventually do is it will automatically calculate, the optimal risk and everything for you. And it's like every single adjustment that you will be making to the neural agent will only make it worse. So that's where it's gonna get at, right? So it's best to just leave it like it is. But yeah, you can do what you want. All right. Alien is waiting for the agent. Yeah. And did we? Oh, this is a different market. Yeah. Okay. So Al's production is asking, what strategy does it use? What strategy it uses? Yeah, it's a good question. So what is the strategy? The neural strategy is basically a market making strategy. Okay, it's a high frequency trading bot. It trades extremely fast. It can trade up to 100 trades a second, like in and out. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that! I'm sorry if that's too loud. Look at that. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. See, and it takes it out. It's all running. I don't even have to click anymore. It's just working. This tech is just running. Oh, it's exciting. All right. I was only asking when will the agent be probably out? So I'm expecting the agent to be out this month. If all goes well, we'll be out this month. Hopefully. I think so. Look, it's hard, guys. Because we are a relatively small team. Andrew, our CTO, just had a baby last night. So it's not always like we're getting there. Don't worry, we're getting there. So. So, some of these trades will just be tiny trades. Some of them will just be like 14 cents and it's only going to cover, it's only going to cover just the commission. And that's fine. And many of these trades will be like that. The goal is to capture these good trades. Oh, people are excited about release this month. Okay, well, that's good, guys. Let's see. Paul D is asking, can I use it for stocks? So right now we haven't integrated the stock feed in the neural engine to process the stock feed, but we can definitely support it. It's a universal model. And you can see, look at that. So we took profit and now it's going deeper. It's very interesting. Okay, what can I say about prop firms? Look, prop firms are a scam business, okay? Prop firms are a business that uses the advantage of the financial market to take your money, okay? It's a way for private businesses to look, I ran a prop company for 2 years on the Breakfree Trading. And I shut it down when we launched Neural. Because this thing is gonna kill all prop firms. It's too good. I'm happy to talk more about prop firms, but long story short, they trade against you. So when you buy a prop firm account, they are trading against you. They're betting all their money on you that you're gonna lose. And because that 99.9% of people lose, it's so easy for them just to keep betting against people. So that's what happens. Okay. Well, the PK is asking if the agent is gonna suggest markets. The agent is not gonna suggest markets. It's just gonna operate on all markets, right? It's just gonna be trading all the markets at the same time. Let's see if we can find USD CHF. look, it's just gonna be, it's just gonna be trading all the markets at the same time. And then when it makes sense to increase position size, it will scale up position size. Okay, let's see. Did I get them all? Will it be from the day of launch? I don't know what that means, sir. How much will it sell for? Look, if you guys want to know more, we're gonna have there will be a weekly plan, so you pay every 7 days. There will be a quarterly plan, you pay every 3rd month, or annual. Okay, and if you buy the annual plan, you're gonna save 45%. If you buy the quarterly, you're gonna save like 30%. And look, if you guys, where is the link? If you guys wanna buy this thing, if you guys wanna, right, just go here. Okay, I'm putting in the chat. Just go here, all right? But the whole point is the point I want you guys to understand is that, we've been trading this strategy manually for like 6 years or whatever. And what we have managed to do now is completely automated. And these results that we are seeing from this automation is just like incredible, like incredible stable results. Okay, Paul's asking, can I use my broker like IBKR? So right now, the only brokers we're gonna, right now in the beginning, we're just gonna support MetaTrader 5. And then we're gonna make a choice. What is the next agent we're gonna develop for? Like, what is the next platform that we're gonna deploy it on, right? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one that's gonna be, but we will, and we'll make it for all of them. We'll make it for all of them. So don't worry, it's coming. But the best you probably can do, like if you want to make, like if you want this to work for you, is just go find a broker that supports MetaTrader 5. Make sure it's a good broker, like IC Markets or one that like a big broker, not one of these small brokers with a name that no one knows, right? Because they are B-book brokers. B-book brokers is the same as prop firms. Prop firms and B-book brokers is the same thing. What is a B-book broker? A B-book broker is a broker that when you execute an order, they take that order and they put it into a separate book that doesn't execute against the market. Do you understand? It's not the real market. It's like a simulated market, okay? So it's not real. So they take all your trades and they put it into a B-book and they basically take the other side of that trade against you because everyone is so bad at trading. Okay, that's B-book trading. That's prop firms, and that's all the small brokers. All of them. Like, and there's so many. Like, you should just use a big broker, and you're gonna find out anyway. Okay, if you use a shit broker, you're gonna learn about it. Okay, because the B-book brokers are not gonna allow you to use Neural. They're not gonna allow you to use Neural long term because Neural is gonna destroy their business, okay? All right. Chucks is asking, hi Asker, will the user be able to decide what time frame to trade the bot on, or does it only trade on 1 minute? Oh, my dear friend. So how do I explain this? There are no time frames, okay? There is no such thing as time frames. It's all made up. It's a scam. It doesn't exist. 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, whatever. It's not a thing. What it is that you can view the financial markets, right? You can view the financial market through different resolutions, right? So when we look at 1 minute, it's like taking a microscope and like looking at it like really closely. And when we go to like one day, it's like taking like a bird eye view, like you know, far away, right? And Mustafa is asking, what is the market cap of companion token? I believe the market cap of companion token is, well, what is the current price? I think it's 0.03 or something today. So I think that brings us to like 10 million or 20 million or something like this. It's tiny. It's tiny. We've been very unlucky, okay? We've been very unlucky, but we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this, and we're gonna pump so hard. We're gonna pump so much that everyone will just feel like, oh my god, it was so obvious. Why didn't I just buy more? I think there's only like $20,000 of companion tokens available below, you know, below the original price of 0.04, and $20,000 is nothing. Okay, so once this thing gets kicked into gear, once this thing starts going, you know, like, remember, we tried to do this our way because we wanted to build our own ecosystem model. We didn't want to do it the traditional way. We wanted to educate our own people, build our own ecosystem, build our own exchange, build our own entire community, instead of trying to, you know, infiltrate Binance or infiltrate, you know, another exchange and then take their users. We make our own users, right? Can we access the bot through staking companion? Yes. Yes, you can. You can stake companion tokens and get access to Nero. So you can buy companion tokens, you can stake it, and you can enjoy how much the price is going to increase from the companion tokens, and then you get access to Nero. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. It makes absolutely sense to do it. All right, guys, we're running out of time here. Oh, wow, it's 3 minutes to 9. Oh boy. So ID is asking, would one be able to use it to trade for a prop firm? If so, how would one connect it to the firm? It seems like everyone wants this prop firm. Everyone wants to trade with prop firm. So we're gonna have to kill them. We're gonna kill them all. We're gonna have to, like, the only reason that prop firms exist is because that the people have not been able to find a strategy or technology that is consistently profitable and can carry them through, you know, a prop firm, right? So once we release this, it's gonna be able to carry people from start to finish through the prop firm, and it's gonna kill them because they'll have to pay out to a lot more people, and then eventually they're just gonna kill it. They're just gonna shut it off. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill them. We're gonna kill all the people selling trading courses. We're gonna kill all the scam indicators, all that shit, all that useless stuff that makes no one money and just keeps people poor. We're gonna kill it, and we're gonna cure it. And yeah, like Alien in the chat says, look, it's not worth it to do prop firm. But the reason people think prop firm is worth the time is because they see, okay, hey, I can pay $500, I get a 50K account, I take the bot, I use the bot on a 50K account, and then I'm trading 50K for a $500 amount. It's genius, no? Yeah, but the problem is that when you pay $500 for a 50K account or whatever, then in reality you're only allowed to lose like 8% or 6% or something like this until you lose the entire account. So you're not actually getting a 50K account. You're actually just getting $500 worth of account. And because that your chances of winning are so low, it's like, it doesn't matter if you had a 500K account, a 5K account, or 50K, it's the same. You're gonna lose. The second reason that prop firm is popular is because in America, the prop firm companies that offer service to the American citizens, they can allow them to use a higher leverage than the American citizens are allowed to use in a real trading environment. And the reason they can allow people to do that is because that the trading environment that the prop firms use is not a real environment. It's not a real market. It's a fake market. It's a beat book. It's a trading simulation. So like we have a lot of education here to help people with, but what's gonna happen is that you're gonna launch Nero, you're gonna use it on a prop firm account. You're gonna pass stage 1, you're gonna pass stage 2, then you're gonna get onto whatever the real account is before you can get your payout. And very, very quickly, you're gonna realize why prop firms is a scam, because you're gonna receive an email one morning that says, oh, hey, we have detected that you're using this and this and this, and that's not allowed. So do you understand? The only real way to win in a prop firm, the only real way to win with a prop firm account is banned. Do you understand? The only way you can win in a prop firm is with methods that they ban. It's a fucking scam. It's a goddamn scam. Okay, look. But what we're gonna do is that we're gonna launch this thing. All the prop firm boys, all the boys in the US, they're gonna turn this thing on. They're gonna run it against FTMO. And eventually everyone is gonna be using it. And FTMO will be like, okay, hey guys. You can't use that. And then everyone will say, okay, so the only thing that works, we are not allowed to use, right? The only strategy that can actually make us money, we're not allowed to use, right? Yeah, okay. That's a fucking scam, right? So we're gonna destroy those fuckers. We're gonna end them. All right, that's it for me tonight, guys. Welcome. Thanks for coming to the live stream, and stay tuned. July is gonna be a very exciting month, and until we get this automatic trading out for you guys, just make sure you don't over leverage. Make sure you're just placing trades manually. Don't over risk. Remember that over leverage is not only like the main reason you lose, it is the only reason. And it's so tricky and it's so easy for humans to fuck it up, and that's why people lose in trading. So yeah, guys, thanks for coming to the live stream, and thanks for all the questions, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit all those buttons and comments and all of it. And don't forget, you can sign up as a partner to Breakfree Trading, and you can earn 10% of the profit that your referrals generate and 10% of the cost from the subscription they generate. So once this is working for you, it's just ask all your friends, just invite them. 1 invite 2, 2 invite 4, 4 invites 8, and we're gonna, it's gonna be great times, guys. So yeah, thanks for coming to the live stream, and I'll see you next week.